10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition, liftoff.
Vehicles pitching downrange.
It is T plus 45 seconds, and we've just had a nominal liftoff of our Falcon 9 vehicle, and we've just had a nominal liftoff of our Falcon 9 targeted orbit, carrying our Starlink payload in just about 20 seconds to its targeted orbit. We will be passing just about 20 seconds coming up here. That is the maximum aerodynamic pressure.
Falcon 9 is supersonic.
That is the maximum aerodynamic pressure that the vehicle will see, which is the largest structural load that the vehicle sees throughout ascent.
Vehicle is experiencing maximum aerodynamic pressure. Vehicle is experiencing maximum aerodynamic pressure.
Coming up next in about a minute will be 3 events back to back. Coming up next in about a minute will be main engine cutoff, back to back, immediately by stage separation, or main engine cutoff, followed immediately by stage separation, and then followed by SES1, which is second engine startup, and then followed by SES1, which is second engine startup. And we should be able to see all 3 of those events live. We should be able to see all 3 of those events live. Right now we've got an awesome view looking aft on the vehicle with the Earth right now we've got an awesome view looking aft on the vehicle with the Earth in the background. Now, if you're just now joining us, we're about 30 seconds away from MECO just now joining us. We're about 30 seconds away from SES main engine cutoff, second engine start separation, and SES1 or second engine start 1. There's that main engine cutoff.
Main engine cutoff.
Stage separation
main
confirmed.
engine cutoff.
Main engine cutoff.
Stage
See
separation
the stage
confirmed.
separation. First stage separating from second stage on your left stage separation. On the right, second engine second stage on your left screen, and on the right, second engine on our second stage. That's that MVAC engine on our second stage. There's that bright red glow on the engine. So now coming up in about 20 seconds is fairing deploy, and as Lauren mentioned earlier, we will be attempting to fairing deploy, and as Lauren mentioned earlier, we will be attempting to catch both payload fairing halves on our recovery vessels. It will be unlikely that we will see these live on the webcast. We'll bring you updates. It will be unlikely that we will see these live on the webcast. We'll bring you updates as they become available. But you can also check into our social media. And there's that call out as well.
Fairing separation confirmed.
Fairing separation. And there's that call out. There's fairing deploy. You can see that on your right screen. Fairing separation. Those fairing halves are now making that on your right screen. Actually, the fairing halves are now making. You can see that on your screen. Actually, the fairing halves are making their way back to Earth, and hopefully we can catch those on our recovery vessels.
AOS Bermuda. AOS Bermuda.
Okay, so we have on both sides of your screen here, we got stage 1 on the left and stage 2 on the right. Screen here, so a lot of really cool stuff coming up and stage 2 on the right. So a lot of really cool stuff coming up on the left side. What we're going to see on the stage 1 side of things is on the left side. What we're going to see on the stage 1 side of things is you're going to hear the call out and hopefully visually see the stage 1 entry burn. You're going to hear the call out and hopefully visually see the stage 1 entry burn. Merlin 1D that's where we reignite, and that allows the Merlin 1D engine to slow down as it re-enters the upper part. Sorry, the first
stage 2 is on a nominal trajectory.
As it re-enters the upper part, right? As you just
stage
heard,
2 is on a nominal trajectory.
That's really cool. Right, as you just heard, stage 1 is on a nominal trajectory. That's really getting ready for that entry burn. Meanwhile, stage 1 is just under 20 seconds. Getting ready for that entry burn. After that entry burn, stage 1 will continue to coast down towards the drone ship. After that entry burn, stage 1 will continue to coast down towards the drone ship. You're going to hear the call out for the landing burn. Plus 8 minutes or so. That is where you're going to hear the call out for the landing burn. Merlin 1D engine. That is center engine E9, and that slows the vehicle down to zero velocity. That center engine E9, and hopefully you'll see a cool image of it standing right up on the drone velocity. And hopefully you'll see a cool image of it standing right up on the drone. Continues to perform nominally. Meanwhile, stage 2 continues to perform nominally, wearing that MVAC is at full power. Right after the stage 1 landing. About 20 seconds later, you're going to hear the stage 1 landing. That second about 20 seconds later, you're going to hear the call out for Seco 1. That second engine ceased to burn this second stage engine. That is where and takes us into our first coast to burn this second stage engine, and takes us into our first coast phase. That stage 2 engine is burning with more than stage 2 engine is burning with more than takes that stack of 60 Starlink satellites to its first parking orbit. As it takes that stack of 60 Starlink satellites to its first
stage 1 entry startup.
All right, you see that entry burn as it started. All right, you see that entry burn as it started. We lost the image, but hopefully it'll come back. That entry burn was just under 20 seconds. The image, but hopefully it'll come back. That entry burn was just under 20 seconds.
Stage 1 entry shutdown.
Stage 2 continues to burn, and we just heard the call out that the entry burn on stage 1 continues to burn, and we just heard the call out that the entry burn on stage 1 has concluded.
Stage 2 continues on a nominal trajectory. Stage 2 continues on a nominal trajectory.
So we're a little bit under a minute from the landing burn start. A little bit under. Meanwhile, stage 2, a minute from the landing burn start trajectory. Meanwhile, stage 2, as you just heard, continues on a nominal trajectory.
Stage 1 transonic. Stage 1 transonic.
And just under 15 seconds, stage 1 should start that landing. Just under 15 seconds, stage 1 should start that
stage 1 landing startup.
Hopefully
stage 1 landing startup.
Back. Right, that landing burn is currently going. Unfortunately, we don't have the video from the vehicle. Right, that landing burn is currently going. Unfortunately, we don't have the video from the vehicle.
Stage 2 is in terminal guidance.
We do have the drone
Stage 1 landing light deploy.
Stage 2 is in terminal guidance.
All right, and yes. Awesome. That's the third landing of this booster. Second time landing. That's the third landing of this booster. Second time landing on, of course, I Still Love You. Any second now, we should be seeing Seco 1. That is any second now, we should be seeing Seco 1. That is where that second stage engine will cut off. Got that animation there, but let's still listen out for the call.
Back shutdown.
Got that animation there, but let's still listen out for the call.
Back shutdown.
All right, as you just heard, second engine shutdown.
LOS Cape expected.
All right, and we got confirmation that we're in a good orbit.
LOS Cape expected.
All right, so we're now going to enter a coast phase. We're in a good orbit. We're going to take a quick break. All right, so we're now going to enter a coast phase. We'll be leaving you with an animation that shows where we are in the coast phase, and we'll be leaving you with an animation that shows where we are in the coast phase, and we'll be back in another brief coast and then minutes for a second stage relay. Hopefully we'll be able to bring you another brief coast and then payload deploy. So we'll see you back here in just